In a shadowy warehouse, Damien is in the middle of a sketchy deal, trying to keep his cool. But the gang leader is onto him. He pulls Damien aside, a rumor about a snitch swirling around. Damien plays dumb, but surprise, busted. The boss knows Damon's a cop. Yikes.
Cornered, Damien whips out his gun and bam, it's action hero time. He dodges bullets and takes down thugs with style. But just as he's catching his breath, wham, hit by a car. Talk about a bad day getting worse, right?
Despite the setback, Damien goes full chase mode on the gang leader, only to find out his cover's not just blown, his personal life's in jeopardy too. The gang leader smirks. I know where you live, and I've met your wife.
In a panic, Damien dashes home, heart pounding. He finds his house a wreck and, tragically, discovers his wife has been murdered. Fast forward, and Damien's finally turning a new leaf, teaching at a local school. But twist, a student goes missing, and it's not the first time. The plot thickens as the class hints the missing boy is caught up in something big.
Imagine this. The sun sets on another day, and Damien is finally ready to tuck into a cozy dinner at Simon's place. Mid-bite, he's hit with the lowdown on the school's dire drug dilemma. But hold on, KL's got his ears perked up, catching every word. Damien, though, isn't having it. With a shake of his head and a shrug, he admits he's got his own dragons to slay and suggests Simon might want to dial up the authorities instead. Later, in a twist fit for a thriller, Damien finds himself in a standoff at the store, not over snacks, but facing down 3 would-be robbers while trying to snag some booze. Meanwhile, our fearless friend Simon decides to play detective and sneak into a warehouse linked to the school's shady shenanigans. But alas, he's caught faster than you can say, busted. Come morning, the plot thickens, and news spreads like wildfire. Tune in, folks, it's getting juicy. Imagine this. Damien, hell-bent on clearing his friend Simon's name, dives headfirst into a wild plan. Ducking through a sea of nosy reporters at Simon's house, he's like a celebrity dodging paparazzi. With a wink and a nudge, he scores some shady fake IDs, "Don't try this at home, kids," and waltzes into the school, posing as a teacher. Oh, and the school? It's practically a scene from a spy movie, except it's swarming with unruly teens instead of secret agents. The juicy part? The school is so desperate for teachers that the principal hires Damien on the spot. "Welcome aboard, you brave soul," he practically salutes, promising VIP treatment with a personal security detail. Enter Agata, the deputy principal, who's tasked with showing Damien the ropes. But plot twist, on day 1, Damien catches a student, Jaro, pinching flowers from a memorial. Talk about starting with a bang and a bit of mystery. Well, just when you thought it was safe to hit the school parking lot, drama unfolds with a capital D. Things kick off with our hero, Damien, stepping into a wild classroom. Forget lions, these teens are the real challenge. They toss out a cheeky question, wondering if he's the next dealer, teacher. Classic mix-up. But Damien, cool as a cucumber, snags a phone and shuts down the sass with style. As the day wraps, Principal Leek swings by, dropping hints about some troublemaker named Frogface. Fast forward to the parking lot, and who pops up but Frogface himself, flanked by his Goonie gang, and they're after Agata's car keys. Talk about low blows. Meanwhile, Damien finds his tires slashed. Just perfect, right? But wait, there's a twist. Another teacher swoops in to offer a ride, proving not all heroes wear capes. Some just carry extra car keys. And as they ride off, they spot Agata facing off with Frogface. Will she handle it? Stay tuned. In a thrilling turn of events, Damien heroically swoops in to rescue Agata from the clutches of the notorious Frogface and his cronies. Despite one of them packing some serious heat, Damien, with just a minor scratch on his hand, dispatches them with such flair that Frogface scrambles away in sheer terror. Back at school, while getting his wound patched up by Agata, Damien deflects her curious inquiries by showing her some slick self-defense moves.
Meanwhile, at the lair of the local gang, Frogface faces the music, delivered straight to the boss Yarrow, and eventually to the big boss Chelska, revealed dramatically as he pulls off his helmet. The scene heats up. Frogface pleads for his life, promising it was all just a scramble for extra cash. But no dice. The gang leaders are having none of it and decide it's teaching time.
They sick Mammoth on him, hoping a good old-fashioned beatdown will toughen him up. In a sidebar, Yarrow pulls Mammoth aside, testing his mettle for future escapades. As dawn breaks, the question hangs: will Mammoth rise to the dark occasion?
Oh, the drama unfolds. Simon and Camille clash in a fiery exchange. My friends. Camille, though frustrated with Damien for leaving his father when he needed him most, agrees to guard Damon's secret. How noble. Fast forward, and Damon's car returns spotless. He then whisks Agata off for a night out. They're having a blast at a bar until, wait for it, trouble saunters in. Damon steps up as the knight in shining armor, defending two girls from some sloppy, slur-spewing drunks. After giving the ruffians a playful thrashing, surely lightening the mood and playing the hero, Damon and Agatha head back to her place, where sparks fly, but plot twist. Overcome by memories of his late wife, Damon makes a silent exit, leaving a baffled Agatha behind. As our hero heads home, he stumbles upon Mammoth dabbling in shady deals. Like a wise sage, Damon gives him a pep talk about his brains and bright future, steering him away from the dark side.
Back at school, Amelia stumbles upon a scene straight out of a teen drama. A drug deal. She steps up to intervene, but quicker than you can say, hall monitor. Jaro's goons swoop in and snatch her up. Camille leaps into action to help her, but alas, ends up playing punch bag to the gang, turning into a walking, talking warning sign of Jaro's no snitching policy.
When Damon rocks up to school, he's met with the cold shoulder from Agatha, who's suddenly as frosty as a snowman in winter. He spots Camille, who's sporting new facial accessories, bruises, but gets the old, "I just fell" excuse. Try as he might, no one spills the beans on Jaro. Frustrated, Damon chastises the class for their doormat vibes, only to learn they feel unarmed against bully warfare.
Light bulb moment for Damon. He hatches a plan to turn these academic underdogs into dojo dogs. Post-school, he herds them to his old training ground. Sure, it's more shabby than chic, but Camille, ever the optimist, rallies the troops. Amidst sweeping, scrubbing, and the occasional sneeze, Damon leads the charge, transforming these teens from the bullied to the bold.
Hold onto your hats, folks, because Damon's life is more action-packed than a summer blockbuster. While trying to play it cool as a history teacher, our hero is secretly playing detective and tracking down gang members. Talk about multitasking. His sleuth skills lead to a huge police raid, scoring him some serious under-the-radar acclaim, even though he's totally oblivious that the gang's leader, Chamsky, is watching him like a hawk. Just when you thought it couldn't get more thrilling, during a casual dojo practice, bam, Damon's ambushed by masked villains wielding sticks. But fear not, despite some bumps and bruises, he whips them into shape like a ninja master. The next day at school, something fishy catches his eye. Chill's security crew looks rough. Putting two and two together, Damon smells a rat but decides to stir the pot by teasing the cranky Chamsky instead of spilling the beans. Just when we thought this saga couldn't crank up the tension anymore, the gang cozies up to Amelia's dad with a sob story about needing help with an antique watch. Little do they know, the clock's ticking on their plans.
Well, hold on to your hats because this plot just keeps twisting. When Jaro turns mean, Amelia isn't having any of it and sends her old man packing, only to face Jaro's wrath herself. Fast forward to school, where Principal Leek ambushes Damien with accusations of misconduct at the dojo. Talk about a wild misunderstanding. Reeling from the shock, Damien storms out, and in a dramatic twist, Amelia's involved again, this time threatening to call the cops. But wait, there's more. Damien's not backing down. He's teaming up with Agatha to get to the bottom of this mess. Just when you think it's drama overload, Amelia lands in the hospital in a coma. As Damien and pals rush to her side, their left jaw dropped and piecing together this crazy puzzle.
Imagine this. Damon strolls into the warehouse, thinking he's the sneakiest cat in town, only to be floored when Agatha pops up, ready to join the shindig. They waltz through the warehouse with the finesse of dance partners, thanks to their trusty map which practically screams, "The drugs are here." But hold onto your hats, when Chelska, Haro, and, plot twist, Principal Leek corner them, things get wild. Leek, disillusioned by how kids these days don't cherish good old education, waves Simon's watch in the air like he's conducting an orchestra of chaos. But wait, here comes Mammoth and a troop of students, bursting in like knights in shining armor, or, you know, school uniforms. And boy, do they throw punches like they're acing a pop quiz, taking down the baddies while Damon beams like a proud dad at a soccer game. Just when it seems like Chelska's about to make a dramatic exit, Damon's on him like a hawk on a mouse. Cue the action music as they duke it out with whatever they can grab. But just as Chelska is about to electrify the suspense, quite literally with exposed wires, Damon's agility and wit have us all on the edge of our seats.